I am confident that a bunch of pissed off PC users are going to figure this out in the next couple of weeks.
I don't know. You're asking people to be passionate about Doom 3 in a way that most people are not.
Shut up.
I like Doom 3.
I like Doom 3 too. And there are plenty of other suppressed voices that enjoyed Doom 3 that were drowned out by the chorus of people that wanted something different out of Doom 3 that it had no intention of providing.
Yeah, we
good experience.
I wanted Doom 3 to be engaging and interesting to play, and apparently I was.
Come on! We were talking about this before. The idea of Doom 3 being called the 3 created unnecessary expectation that it was going to be as revolutionary as Doom 1. Doom 2 was not.
It's not my fault. I didn't say, "Hey, name it Doom 3." I mean, that's on them.
More just the same kind of game. Like being a numbered sequel may have done that game a disservice because people expected more Doom.
But no,
absolutely.
If they were going to make Doom 3, they should have made Doom 3.
Right. I interpreted that game as the Doom, basically. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's like basically a reimagining
but faced
of
with
Doom.
those two things, what would you rather play? The Doom or Doom?
Oh, that's a tough call.
I mean,
what I'm saying is I was perfectly happy with it being a tonally different kind of game because I thought it was reasonably successful at what it was trying to do.
And we talked about this some in the office last week also, just where id was when that game came out. This was like the next engine from id. Id was still, dominating the engine business for games. So it was like, what's the new thing going to do? How are all the developers going to use it? And it turned out they weren't at all because this engine was not really made the same way.
It was geared for exactly one kind of game, which is the kind of game that Doom 3 ended up being. The more I've read about this, the more I've realized how much everything about Doom 3, the game, followed like id Tech 4, the engine, or whatever you want to call it. Like the engine happened, and then they built a game around it.
Yeah.
Not the other way around. So, or at least that's how it seems. So, anyway, BFG edition, kind of wonky.
There you go.
I just love that we've gotten to a point where now you and your kind are out there railing against the way the flashlight is handled in this game.
Right. What, you mean those people? Is that what you're trying to say? Why don't you just come out and say it?
All right. You fucking Doom apologists.
Doom revisionists.
Have gone from why didn't they just include the duct tape mod from the get-go?
Never in that camp. I thought
they fixed the game and people are pissed off at that too.
I never installed or played the duct tape mod or gave a shit.
Exactly.
I liked
there
the
you
game
go.
as it
Doom
was.
3. I never gave a shit.
That's
what you
mod.
just said.
All right, whatever.
Your own words.
Me and Patrick will go have a reasonable
twisting. Thanks, Carl Rove. Twisting our words in this real-time super PAC.
Brad Shoemaker wants you to believe he loves Doom 3, but here's what he said just not 5 minutes ago.
Candy, can I just get my 5 minutes, Candy? I'm going to have a chance to return, right, Candy? I just need 5 minutes. I just need my...
Well, I'm glad you found someone that agrees with you.
Brad Shoemaker with our children? With our shooters? With himself?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
You just gave enough. Someone could make an actual ad with everything that just happened.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, that's why I said
YouTube. I'm going to clock it at about 2.5 hours.
This ad was brought to you by Unreal Tournament 2004.
Anyway,
which is a better game.
It's a shame that they didn't at least give you the option to have the original experience.
Sure.
It kind of goes back to like it bothers me that it kind of just erase whenever you think of Doom 3, the idea of burying its legacy for what it was. Is shitty.
Yeah, it is. Removing it, making it hard to find the original version, and then making a bunch of changes to this new one that are not right.
Here is the weirdest wrinkle of all in this whole tale. Is that late Friday, John Carmack tweeted they just got legal approval to release the source for BFG Edition.
What?
So I have no idea where this is going
Does
now.
Anybody
Well, I mean, obviously probably not the whole source, but whatever part of it they're comfortable with being open. Probably the Rift support, probably the 3D stuff.
And that's the Rage engine, right?
So that people kept saying that, and I haven't been able to substantiate it. But yeah, a lot of people claimed that this has been ported to id Tech 5, the Rage engine.
Right.
But I don't know. Couldn't find any
Doom Source Edition.
Couldn't find any verification for that. It's just a bummer. I actually went back and looked at the original. Remember that original announcement video for that game when they weren't even calling it Doom 3 at Macworld?
Right.
Steve Jobs brought John Carmack out, and it was the most amazing shit.
Wow, that's how that game was unveiled?
Yeah. At a Macworld.
It was just Quake 3 Test was on Mac first.
Yeah. Carmack was way into the Mac for some reason back then, but It was right around when the GeForce 3 was new, and it was like all this new shader model stuff that they were just starting to tap into.
I had no idea.
Like, seeing that footage was just like an inflection point for the way games looked.
Yeah.
And then they've kind of flushed a lot of that stuff down the toilet with this edition.
Yeah. Also,
those monster designs are so fucking stupid.
Oh,
man,
they're so stupid.
I like those monsters.
No,
Those literal interpretations of classic Doom monster designs are so fucking lame. I'm sorry.
I'm not going
Why are you apologizing?
not
We're going to have
going
to agree to disagree on that.
Yep.
Alex,
You didn't-
rocket-powered fucking razor-toothed heads just looking so fucking stupid. Ugh.
The heads didn't have rockets on them.
How are they flying around? Rockets.
Hell.
the power of hell.
The power of hell rockets.
Powered by hell.
And then you got to Hell at the end of Doom 3, and it was terrible.
Hell doesn't even have
man, Hell was awesome.
Hell
It
looked
looked
awesome.
so bad.
John
Hell looked
Romero
amazing.
vision of that game needs
Oh,
more
I-
fucking
I-
Romero.
like
You got
agree.
to Hell, and it was like all of a sudden it's not these tight corridors for a while. You're in these like larger areas, and they just don't do anything with that either. That's how I remember Doom 3. I remember Doom 3. I remember copies of that getting off the plane from L.A.
Yeah.
where we had to buy copies of Doom 3 to get them early.
Yep.
Adam Buchan flying
Flew down and back in one night.
yeah, to
go
pick
buy
up
the
copies.
game. Yep.
And going like, all right, Doom 3, finally get to see it. And then getting going like, just immediately had zero fun with that game. I know it like reviewed well or whatever. You know,
I enjoyed
whatever.
it.
That's, but
Although I totally agree with you that it would have been better with John Romero.
That's really
But
what
then
it was.
again, everything is
Dude,
better with
that's-
John Romero. Those are the two universal constants
You
in
are
this world.
prescribing a
John
level
Romero-
of prowess to that man that sometimes I am afraid he does not deserve.
Let's
not.
look and see what he did post Doom.
Yeah.
No, it's
probably right.
the Tobias Boone
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
They
it's-
need
dude,
each other.
It's Axel and Slash. It's
I don't
Plant
know. Mortal
Page.
Kombat turned out all right.
It's
It took him like 6 games and more than a decade to get back to that. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
And honestly, the stuff that works well with Mortal Kombat now is the stuff that was all written when
yeah.
they were working
It's,
together.
it's the classic like creative duo thing.
Yeah, they
Sort of
Carmack and
creative
Romero
paradox.
worked best
They
together.
are-
I don't want to go back and play Daikatana ever.
No.
Although apparently there are still like official multiplayer servers still up for Daikatana.
In case it wasn't
so-
clear, my reverence for John Romero is half joking, but all of Id's best stuff was while him.
He
him
at least
and
had
Carmack
like
were together.
there's a sense of enthusiasm
Yeah.
for the devil.
Yes.
from John
Well, it is
Romero.
evidenced, it is evidenced by the main.
Yeah, which is
Still-
missing from Doom 3.
I mean, when you
Right.
get down to that duo thing, it's usually kind of traditionally splits in the, you've got the kind of the coder mind / business mind and then the creative lead.
Right.
It's like if you look at like Greg and Ray and BioWare, that kind of worked that way there too.
Sure.
And that's how I always thought of the Johns.
Sure. Not that there weren't other important people. It is
Sure,
back
totally.
there.
Yeah,
Like, the
it's
whole,
yeah.
it was
But-
like
but
what-
you wonder-
It's one of those
you
things, like,
wonder
from
if
the
there's a-
outside looking in, you want to like just map everything onto these two guys.
Sure,
That's-
sure. I mean, to be honest, back then we're talking like 8-10 people making entire games. Like everybody was important,
Right.
back then.
Yeah.
But
Even American McGee?
especially American McGee.
Tom Hall.
Yeah, Tom Hall was awesome.